Okay, I'm Tech the Awesome One,
And I'm King Supa V.
and we want to welcome you all to Tech 101 Live.
Yep, you know it.
And tonight we're going to be discussing...
Zombies! Because the freaks are crazy!
They are, man, they are. Zombies are
Nuts.
insane. So, we're going to be comparing fast zombies
To slow zombies.
and also the different sort of mutations of zombies themselves.
Because there's a lot of different type of zombies.
There are. And I mean, a lot of them aren't really explained in the movies and everything like that. So you have to go and dig deep into
The movie.
the video game.
Oh, yeah.
The video
into the
games.
video games. I'm sorry. Yeah,
It's okay. It's
into the
okay.
video games.
It's okay. This is,
You know.
anyways, we're going to start out with our list. And on the top of it, we're going to say it's World War Z.
That movie was awesome.
It was incredibly awesome.
That-
And the whole reason why we say that is because these zombies were insane fast.
Stupid fast. And Brad Pitt, oh man, he played that part to the T. That boy was cold. I don't care how crazy everybody might feel about the movie or whatever. You might not like it. If you've seen it, then I'm sure you liked it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Go and see it.
Because it's awesome.
Next on the list, Dawn of the Dead.
Those zombies, now you know they remade that movie. Nah, we're not talking about the old one
Not
from like
the old
the
one, no.
1950s or whatever.
Right. We're talking about this newer one where they're trapped in the mall and zombies are just freaking everywhere. They're shooting
Everywhere.
zombies with sniper rifles from the roof and everything else. But
Rosie O'Donnell got shot.
Rosie O'Donnell. And what's that other guy with the mustache? Anyways, it doesn't matter. We're
I
going
can't
to...
remember, but it was a cold movie. Next on the list,
28 Days Later.
that movie was badass.
Super fast turning zombies. A lot like World War Z. It only took about 12 seconds
It
for you
took
to
about
turn.
12 seconds, but in that movie, I think it only took them probably about 8 seconds to turn, man. Like, you get a drop in your eye, boop, and it's been a hit.
Later on, we'll go back and we'll do our research and we'll see how long exactly it takes for you to turn.
Yeah.
Because in the first one with the blood drop in the eye, the dad turned just like that. He was a zombie, and you know what I
trying
mean?
to eat everything moving. If you had some breath in you, he was gonna eat you,
Right. Next on the list, the sequel, 28 Weeks Later.
which is even worse. Like, you had hordes of zombies taking over countries, and like, if you didn't have shelter, you were just pretty much eaten.
And even if you had shelter, they'd find you and they'd eat you.
But if you had guns, like some really good ones, like
Really like
good
good
like
ones.
the military had, you
Right,
know,
yeah,
choppers.
you might stand a chance, but either way it goes, their numbers and their speed is what overwhelmed you, and you weren't able to get anything done. You weren't able to get away or anything because these zombies were gonna chase you down and eat you.
Yeah.
So,
But next,
quarantine.
quarantine was the stuff.
I mean, to a lot of people, I don't think they realized that it was an actual zombie movie until the zombies kind of, popped out on you and everything. Now, Quarantine 2, where they were stuck in the airport, yeah, I mean, you knew automatically. It was a zombie movie because these were zombies, but they were still pretty fast moving, And last but not least, on our fast zombie list,
I Am Legend. Look, now I understand. Now, you might feel like that's not a zombie movie, but it was.
It was.
It is.
It is. No matter how
It's
you
a
look
zombie
at it,
movie.
if you got bit by one of these things, well, you were becoming a zombie.
Yeah, really fast. Not really fast. It
No,
took
these
quite a
things-
bit of time.
Well, I mean, you might
when
not
it-
have turned fast, but these things could still move at an extreme rate. You know what I'm
and
saying?
they will burrow through your house. Come on, man.
They had super strength. These were zombies with super strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Of
and-
course, but that's why they're not going to just be on our fast zombie list. They're going to be on our mutation zombie list.
Yes.
So,
Because we got to get on topic of mutations. Mutations is what binds all the zombies together.
it is true. But we're going to move on from our fast zombies to...
Slow zombies.
And it's not a very large list, but still a list nonetheless.
Mm.
First on it, we have the most hilarious zombie movie that I've ever seen in my life. Shaun of the Dead. So the next one we have The Walking Dead.
Now, we know that's a TV show.
But still, it's about zombies. And that's why we're including it here.
Because it's zombies. And they're slow-paced zombies. So we're going to keep it at that.
Now, there's rumors that in season 4 of The Walking Dead, that the zombies are going to start being able to think a little bit more. They're going to start moving faster. So this is the zombie virus evolving. And that is why it is also included in
mutations.
Not just slow. And last but not least on the slow zombie list is
Planet Terror.
Quentin Tarantino, you are a master of films. You can do anything that you want. And I thank you for putting this out there because it only made you that much better of a director and an actor.
I feel like you could be the next Lucas.
Well, okay, anyway. Now, secondly, we're going to move on to we're going to move on to our mutation list. And this comprises of movies
and video games. Some of these movies are on the list already, but we have to bring it up in the mutations because they have different type of zombies.
First on that list is going to be Resident Evil.
Too many zombies to count.
Too many different types. So, I mean, and all these worlds that these zombies exist in, you're either dead or alive.
Yeah.
Or undead.
Yeah, undead.
I mean that because there's, you know what I'm saying, you have to think about the people in these worlds that could possibly harm you or kill you, you know what I'm saying, which would leave you dead unless you're in the Walking Dead universe, and in that case, you're infected with the virus, so you wake up as an undead after you were killed. So, and what I mean by alive is there are survivors in all of these worlds. Except for Zombieland. There's only like 4 survivors in that world. Everybody else is a zombie. Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty stupid because there's no way to repopulate the world or anything like that. There was that lady who dropped the piano on that one zombie, but, I mean, she only had that one piano.
Well, actually, you can't really say that because there were more people.
Who, Bill Murray? Dead. So, anyways,
he was alive through, like, 10 minutes of the movie. But, and actually, he died. But he played his role very good.
He did, Bill Murray.
He did. He played an excellent zombie before he got blasted. He
thumbs up, Bill.
Thumbs up, Bill. You did a great job.
An awesome job.
Pretending to be a zombie and then getting shot.
Right, yeah. Thank you for that.
I'm sorry about that kid shooting you. But next on our list.
Island of the Dead, the sequel to Dawn of the Dead, which, of course, I really have to give that thumbs down because it was a stupid movie, but the zombies did mutate and start thinking for themselves. And I mean, that one zombie at the gas station, he was trying to pump gas, but there was no cars to come. They started thinking and everything else, but okay, we're moving on because that's about it for that movie.
So we'll talk about how dumb it was later.
Yeah. The Walking Dead, like I said, the zombies, they're mutating, they're getting smarter, they're moving a little bit faster and everything else.
They're becoming more organized.
True.
As a zombie family.
Another movie that we actually forgot to put on our list is Warm Bodies.
Whoa!
Another mutation zombie movie where these slow walkers, and there were different types. They were fast, they were slow. You know what I mean?
But they also started to look more human.
And that's because their hearts would start beating back in their chest, and the blood would start circulating back through them. So technically, they became undead back to alive again. But that's just some sort of weird mutation.
They were the dead undead.
They were the dead undead, correct? Or the alive undead. What do you?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll leave that up to you to decide.
Yeah, you tell me which one you think sounds better. Next,
I think the alive.
I think the dead undead because they're dead, but they're undead. So
well,
that would technically make them alive.
They were dead until their heart started beating again.
So that would make them the undead.
No, they would be the alive undead because their bodies, I think, should still rot since they were dead at one point in time.
Well, you know, there were some of those guys that just looked like skeletons.
Right, there was no hope for them. They weren't coming back because they got so hungry they ate their own freaking flesh. So
yeah. So next,
Left 4 Dead, the video game.
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Now there's all different type of zombies on there. Man.
There is.
I mean, if
walkers.
if you're a zombie game player, then you better play Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and you better play them in that order. 1 and 2.
No, actually, there weren't any walkers in there. They were fast moving zombies.
Fast. They were
very fast moving zombies. But you got your different kinds. You got your jockey, your smoker, your hunter.
You got your tanks, your chargers. You got your
witches,
zombie
witches,
and the witches. Witches were freaking nuts. And you're not gonna just take her down unless you got an M16 or a shotgun.
Personally, my opinion on that game is I think it was the best shooter ever. So, Resident Evil, the video games, all of them had different mutations in all of them. I can't even remember all the different kind of mutations that they had in these video games, except that they started out slow, and then you had lickers, and then that one guy with the bazooka.
Yeah, and then you got the ones with the lickers. Those are the ones who mouth open up and all that stuff.
Well, I don't know. I mean, those were like the dog bread looking things.
I don't understand. You know what? They look a whole lot like the vampires from Blade.
No, those are ones from like Resident Evil 5 or something.
But
like
that's what I'm saying.
In Africa.
But still, it got to that point to where they look like those ugly zombies, man. I mean, I would hate to be bit by one of those things.
I would hate to. I would hate to be bit by any zombie. Period.
Yeah. You know what? The worst type of zombie from Resident Evil though was the one with the giant axe.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. You know what? I take it back. That was not the worst zombie. The worst zombie was that one lickers.
Yeah, the ones that climb up the walls and
those freaks was freaking crazy, man. Then you see the new one. Did you see the new one?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh my god! Like they were freaking huge. They were gigantonormous.
That is. Yeah, that was a good one. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next video game with zombies in it.
Call of Duty, Black Ops 1 and 2.
So,
okay, now in Black Ops 1, you know, you just had your basic zombies or whatever, and they moved faster and faster, just depending on it. Like you got walkers and you got runners.
Well, it depends on the levels that you started out. I mean, if you started out level 1, you know, they'd be walkers, right? But as you advance through the game, they start moving faster. You know what I mean?
But in Black Ops 2, it went from, well, you know, you had your hellhounds and all that stuff too.
Right, I mean, yeah.
But it also went to that crazy electric zombie. Like,
well, you got that one, and then you also have the juggernauts also in that game, where these massive zombies come out and you're shooting them and you're wasting all this ammo and everything because they just won't die.
Claymores. If only they gave you claymores.
They do give you claymores. You just gotta buy the crap off the wall.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if they just gave it to you, you know what I'm saying?
You stand much better of a chance.
Yeah. Instead of having to go spend 8,000 credits on a stupid 10-pack of claymores.
Do you even get 10?
I don't know. I don't know what you want.
I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna move on because that is not a very favorite zombie game of mine. I'm still gonna say Left 4 Dead is my favorite zombie game.
Left 4 Dead is my favorite. But Black Ops was cold, especially the Transit. If you play Transit, yeah.
Island of the Dead. Or not? Is it Island? No, the Island. Is that what it's called?
I have no idea.
Anyways, I'm sure you know exactly what game I'm talking about, where you're the guy, you're driving around on this island, and you got to, you know, rebuild your equipment and everything and all this stuff. And you got these slow walkers running around. You can just run them over with your vehicle. Slow. But you're trapped on this island with them. Not to me, what's that one where you're in the mall?
Man, you know, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Well, I'm sure you know what we're talking about also, where you're in the mall with all these slow walking zombies.
Technically, it's the same as the Dead Island. What's it called? Dead Island?
Dead Island, that's what it's called, the island game. Anyways, but this other one where you're trapped in the mall and you're running around and just repetitive, running around smashing zombies in the head and everything. Stupid. They should have eaten you at the beginning of the game because you're trapped in the mall with a crap load of zombies.
Yeah.
These things, they're everywhere. And you're running around, you're grabbing stuff off the wall and just bashing them in the head. Well, I've seen plenty of movies where you're trying to run around and escape these zombies, But the thing is that
you can't escape them.
If 5 of them grab you, yeah, you might be able to smash one in the head. But if 5 of these slow walking zombies grab you, one of them is bound to bite you, and you're bound to die. You know what I mean?
Or just you know turn. But hopefully they just rip me to shreds because I do not want to turn. In fact, I think I just blow my brains out.
Now, I know you've seen some of The Walking Dead, correct?
Yes.
Have you seen the first episode where the lady's crawling on the ground at him? You know what I mean? And
the
she's
first
only
episode?
the first episode.
And she didn't have no
the
legs.
bottom half of her body was gone.
Torso.
So don't think that you being ripped to shreds is gonna help.
No,
you
no,
at
I'm
all.
not saying like that. I'm saying like, just don't bite me, kill me.
They're not gonna. They're gonna bite you. They're gonna
Shoot
bite
me.
you.
Somebody's gonna have to shoot
you. You might get lucky. In like 28 days later, because those zombies will beat you to a pulp, but one of them is still bound to bite you, and you're still bound to wake up as a zombie.
Somebody shoot me. That's all I can say.
I tell you what, Mike. You ever get turned Supa? You ever get turned to a zombie?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot you.
You know, I appreciate that.
No problem.
I really do.
I do that
because I would really hate to turn to a zombie.
I would hate to see you turn to a zombie.
Put my brains all over the wall and make it look like paste.
I will do that as best I can. I will aim up like that, and I will take you out.
Now, you know what? You're going through way too much. Now, I just said shoot me in the head. I didn't say shoot me through the face. No. A lot of people can survive that type of thing.
Not zombies. You shoot them in the head, period. Bam. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm just going to shoot you in the face. I'm not going to aim straight up like that. I'm going to aim at an angle, you know what I'm saying? That way your brains splatter all over the place. But anyway,
you're going to make paint with it? Okay, I'm sorry.
It's going to infect the entire room like that. So anyways, now we're gonna compare the slow zombies to the fast zombies a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I said, either way it goes, you're still into it. You know what I'm saying? For a little bit here with the zombies. I mean, the fast zombies, they're gonna be tougher to get away from because you just can't run away from.
They're gonna chase after you, but the walkers, man, I would really like to just deal with walkers. If I see a zombie running after me, I'm gonna have to climb a tree or something.
I don't know if that's gonna help because they're not gonna walk away from that tree.
Yeah, I know they're gonna stay there.
You're gonna be stuck up in that tree until you die of starvation or something, or you get tired enough of sitting up in this tree, and you decide, forget it. I'm just gonna climb out of this tree. I'm gonna just run for it or fight for it or whatever. Either way it goes, if you don't come down with a branch in your hands and start bashing these things in the head, you're pretty much zombie.
Now look, if it's just one runner, you could probably deal with them. But if it's more than 3 to 10, you're dead. I'm sorry. Unless you have a gun and you got pretty good aim.
The key rule to surviving in any zombie universe is this: silence.
Silence is gold. Because they go based off of sound.
As far as we know, that's just you know, hypothetically speaking, they go off of sound.
They go off of sound. They go off of light. It's just how they react, I guess. You know, in a lot of movies, that's just how.
I'm wearing a yellow shirt right now, so that might actually make me a target for zombies.
And I'm wearing black, so technically, I might just get away. But as you can all plainly see, I have a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Right, he has a lemon on the front of his shirt
and on the back
with yellow writing on the back. So that just might be something to also draw their attention.
Yeah.
I don't know because I've never been in a zombie apocalypse before.
Hopefully, we don't have to see that
ever. But I mean, you know, I think that in Zombieland they gave pretty solid rules for surviving in a zombie apocalypse.
Work on your cardio.
Definitely cardio. If not, you're zombie food.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's definitely for the fast running zombies. If you're up against walkers, I mean, you could run a few blocks, and I'm sure they'll, give up. They might not give up, but they might get distracted by something else that comes along. You know, if not, just keep running because you're gonna outrun them either way it goes, unless you run into some more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the whole thing about them.
Your best bet is stay in the middle of the street. Don't go on the sidewalk. Don't go in the alley. You'll just get ripped to shreds.
And I think that pretty much concludes our first episode of Tech 101 Live. We want to thank you all for being here.
Indeed. I'm your boy King Supa.
And I am Tech the Awesome One. Join us next time.
We'll probably more than likely be discussing apples and oranges, innies and outies.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for being here.
Bye.